Dear students, so today we will explore the chapter number 6. Chapter number 6 is about exploring data visually, that how visually we can explore the data. So in this chapter, the most important thing would be that we will talk about EDA, and we will also talk about the cross tabulation. You will see that how can we interpret the different variables. Along with that one, we will also talk about the time series. We will also see that how what are the different missing data, how its classification is made, and how can we correct it. And at the end, we will also have some geographical discussion on the geographical charts or maps. We have an additional map which is called cartograms with respect to the choropleth map. So we will see that how it is different from this. Just to a makeover of this chapter is that if you compare these two charts, so sometime the selection of chart is very critical. So this chart is about, like, ice volume observations in a certain area. So if you look at the radar chart, this is not a proper selection, because here we cannot, like, properly see that where is the high volume of the ice. But if you look at on the right hand side here in the box whisker chart, here we can easily see that how, like, ice volume variates from 1979 to 2014. So the selection of chart is very much important. So as I told you, EDA, so EDA is about the exploratory data analysis, and we can achieve this EDA by, like, by removing the errors from our data, and by distribution of the variables, and categorization of the variables, and identifying the different patterns, and then have analysis like ANOVA in a Excel sheet. We have two kinds of the data. One is called towel data, when we have, like, when the number of rows are higher, while Y data is when the number of columns or attributes or fields are more. So here is an example of EGB data, which is like Spanish data, and in this one you have, like, different, like, order ID, flavor, category, sales, date of order, date of delivered, distribution center, and new customer if you have it, satisfaction level, and products rating. So here you can find the frequencies of how many kind of fruits we have it, how many kinds of vegetables we have it, and what are the distribution center. So based on this one, we have some different example, like displaying the missing data. So if you have missing data, you can use conditional formatting. In that one, you can ask them if there is any blank in our data. It could be colored, and different colors, maybe red or blue or green, whatever you like. Formatting the data, for example, if you have, like, normal Excel columns and rows, then it doesn't look that much attractive. So, and the functionalities are limited. So what we do, we select the data and we bring into our table format. By this one, we have some two different colors, light blue and the white, and also we can have a filtering capabilities. You can see over here there is an arrow sign. So these are filtering capabilities. So you can filter with respect to the beetroot. So the beet flavor is the beetroot flavor, so you can filter accordingly. And you can also with the categories of the smoothies. And now here in this one, there is some, like, more, like, filter condition is applied in the same data. So by this way, when you convert the normal tables into the table format, then you can have some more luxury of filtering, and you can apply some, like, equal and greater than condition as well. Sorting can also be done, like, if you want to sort in ascending or descending order, this facility is also available with respect to the quantitative variable, if it is a magnitude value, or even a categorical variable if it is like alphabetic value, or even with the date value, which is a chronological. Apart from that one, we have some, like, if you want to add some additional variable, you can also add that one, and it's possible. And you can also, the one most important thing in the table is that you can also do subtraction of dates from the order date to the date of delivered. So F2, if you look at, so F2 minus E2, if you see over here, this one, it is also possible. Add time variables if you want to add some more extensive timing, for example, like year separately, month separately, and day separately. It's also possible with L, M, and N column. And then we have some, like, add table totals can also be done. So this is the average of the sales. So the average of the sales is 894 with respect to the all flavors and categories. But if we specify it with specific like smoothies categories and the flavor is beet, then the average will fall down to 706.05. Then we have a pivot table and pivot chart. So this is very good for the categorical data, and you can select any of the selected data, and it will show you in the form of either table, or if you like in the pivot chart. Both are possible. So we can have some, like, ordinal data. So the difference between ordinal data and the nominal data is that there is a specific order in the data. Like, for example, grades of a student. So there is a order in the data. So when there is a natural ordering, we call it as ordinal data. But when we have some nominal data like colors, or colors that don't have any order, natural ordering, so that's also possible in it. And then like exploring the quantitative variable, yes, we can that one. We can have some, like, ranges of the data, same like interval kind of data, not the ratio kind of data. So when the zero is absolute, we call it ratio, and when there is like a interval, or when the zero is not absolute, so we call as an interval data. So in this interval data has been plotted in this variable. Okay, then we have, like, here you can see it is right skewed. So when the bars are towards the left, so we call it a right skewed, and when the bars are towards the right, we call it as a left skewed. So visually we can also explore that the data is skewed to the right. This is the example of box whisker. So we have two whisker. One is the down whisker is smaller, and the upper whisker is larger. So it means that the data is positively skewed. So this is like, this is called positive skew. So in the box whisker, we have five most important things, which is called maximum value, minimum value, Q1, quartile 1, quartile 3, and the mean value. So these are the five most important elements of the box whisker chart. And here we can see have the different flavors of maximum, minimum, and mean value, and along with the IRQ as well. The IRQ is the difference between the Q3 and Q1. In this one, there is no outliers here. You cannot see, but here we can see 12 different outliers, which is out of the box whisker plot. Then we have like cross tabulation with the categories. So we can have, like, in this one we can have both the table as well as the graph together, and we can see that the different states on the x-axis, and on the y-axis we have the two categories of the average of the sales with respect to the juices and smoothies in the two colors, while one in the orange color and another in a blue color. And there are some more examples with the grouped values. You can see we have some line chart over here. And the slicer is mostly used just to navigate into the different data in a graph. And this slicer are also used in a dashboard. You can, like, import into the dashboard. And similarly, you have the different choices to either to select the different year, either new customer, old customer, or the destination as well. And your data will show you accordingly. Okay, so it's switching between, if you want to see what is the switching between two variables. So correlation is, like, is one of the best one. Here you can see if the correlation is to the 1, so it is like there is a high relation. If it is near to the 0, so there is a very less relationship is weaker. And if it is positive, so the relationship is like is in this direction. If it is negative, so it is in the reverse direction. And also spurious relationship means when there is a cause and effect, but there is no cause and effect relationship, but still there is, like, there is impact on it on the there is a third variable, it has impact, or sometime the data is biased, or sometime the strength of relation be insufficient to distinguish from the random coincidence. So random coincidence is not there. So this is like positive correlation, this is negative correlation. Yeah, so sometimes missing association between the variables. So sometimes linear lines cannot tell you about the whole story. So we need like a hyperbolic kind of or non-linear with the order of 2 x square value. So by this way you can easily predict the variables. But you can have the different colors, or even with the two colors can give you some more freedom. Association between multiple pairs, you can see on the diagonals all are like linearly positive correlation. And then if you see over here table length, so table is very interesting and new table, and this one inside the cell you put the graph. So by this way you can visualize even without the numbers. It's hard to differentiate between the numbers, but with the graphically we can easily differentiate with respect to the length. Missing data, we have three kinds of missing data, and one is called like MCAR, MAR, and MNAR. So MCAR is about missing completely at random. There is no relationship with other variables. MAR is missing at random. Yes, there is a relationship. And MNAR is missing not at random, means missing specific values for the variable. So there are three kind of thing. One, either to discard the value if you have a large number. Second is to fill the value if you have like a limited number with estimated values. And third way is to treat the missing value separately and the non-missing separately. And then there is exploration associated with the missing data. If you are here, line chart, yeah, time series, as we know that the in the time series we have line charts usually are used. We see the trends, that how the long drawn pattern in the values observed over the several time period. We see the variations, variability. We also see the seasonality when the pattern repeats with periodically. So in the time series we see the cross-sectional data, I mean at a specific point. So this is one of the example of the time series. So these are some more examples with the pivot chart and pivot table together. And this is another example with the trellis display. And we can see the seasonality here. So you can see the different peaks and different valleys. You can rearrange according to your way. So there are two kinds. One is called stacked and unstacked. So stacked when it is in the single column, and unstacked means when you split the data into different columns with respect to the years or any category. And some more examples over here. You can also put the well, same like the lens chart. You can also put a like spark line over here, and it will give you the different information. The box whisker can be visualized in the two different ways, with the color and without colors. Now the two kinds of geographical data is choropleth and choropleth, and maps and cartograms. So cartograms is not with respect to the region, and choropleth is maps is with respect to the region counting. So here the regions are fixed. We don't like hide the region. But in if you look at this one, cartograms. So cartograms mean that the regions are not like specified. So cartogram is a map like diagram that uses geographic positioning but purposely represent map regions that do not necessarily correspond to the land area. Okay, so then this is equal one, but here the states are in equal size, but the data behind is variating. So this is the end of the chapter, and these are like your quiz questions for you and summary of this one. So thank you very much, and see you in the next class.